Yep, that's me. My name is Mariana Corredera, and based on my physique, if I ask you where you think I'm from, where would you send me? Well, I have asked this question to several people. At first, you might think I'm American, but when you hear my accent, you may send me to Europe. People have sent me to Spain, Germany, England, even Russia. But you know what? No one has guessed correctly. Actually, I am from Costa Rica. That is a small country in Central America. And being a white blondie like me in a country in Latin America is very different from being one in the US. During my school and high school years, it was very difficult to make friends. In addition of being someone really introvert, it was not easy for me to identify with my classmates because I didn't look like them. Unlike in the US, where white blondies are considered popular and mean girls, in Costa Rica, I was the one who was treated meanly for being different. In fact, in the third grade, I had problems with that because other girls were jealous of my hair. So they started sticking gum on it and cutting it from behind without me noticing. On the other hand, because I was white and blonde, when I went on a trip in Costa Rica, it was common for people to assume that I was a tourist and I only spoke English. So it was typical that when I went to a tourist attraction, people who worked there spoke to me in English and were surprised when I responded in Spanish. When I came to the US, I confirmed my idea that I don't look like a Latina. This left me wondering why. Well, there are some things called stereotypes, and I don't exactly fit into how people expect a Latina to be. To start, how do people expect Latinas to look? In general, they assume that all Latinas are the same, physical and culturally. They expect Latinas to be dark skinned, curly, dark hair, dark eyes, with sexy and exotic looks. They expect Latinas to be passionate and romantic, all great dancers, loud and extrovert. Well, I think I don't fit in some of those characteristics. The most interesting thing is that my mother and my brother do have some of these physical characteristics. So there have been times where people ask me if we are family. Being white and blonde also had an effect on my studies. I've always tried hard to keep good grades because I didn't want to be put in the dumb blondie category that is shown so much in TV series and movies. But when I came to the US, I learned that people actually expect higher science and math grades for white teens and lower grades for Black and Latino teens at the end of the academic year. Sometimes I prefer not to say that I'm Latina unless someone asks me. It had happened to me that when I talk about the problem that Latino can face in the US, some people tell me that I will never be able to understand them because I don't look Latino enough. It makes sense that people would have that idea. According to a study by Bustamante in 2021, Hispanic adults report that having darkened skin can affect their ability to succeed in the US. Darker-skinned individuals may have lower educational attainment and less access to healthcare, while lighter-skinned individuals experience much less discrimination. This physical difference can sometimes make individuals question if they should consider themselves Latinos. Most of the social stress experienced by Latino students may be induced by members of their own ethnic group due to the fear of alienation from their own group for not being Latino enough. In the end, the most important thing to remember is that your physical appearance does not define you, and stereotypes should not shape your perception of yourself or others. We have to remember that their perception may have an impact on your life, but ultimately, we are who we are, regardless of others' opinion.